folks, 64-Bit Matthew here with a pickup video. And I've actually been picking up a good chunk of stuff lately, but I haven't really been doing a lot of pickup videos. I don't know if it's just because I've been lazy. That's probably partially it. I've been pretty busy with work and family stuff. And I think the other factor is when I started YouTube like 6 or 7 years ago, I feel my pickups then were a lot better than they are now, and that's just because of change in the times. When I started picking stuff up, you could get packages like systems, bundles, like tons of games for super cheap, and it was really cool sharing those because you're like, look at all this stuff I got, look at these great games I got for such a cheap price. But those days are kind of gone, at least in my area. I know some people still have lots of luck and still put in a lot of work and find stuff. But those days are just not really in my area anymore. I'm not mad about it because I had my fun, but that's just one of the reasons that I haven't done a lot of videos lately. So that, and yeah, I've just been busy. But anyway, I have picked up some stuff and I want to show it on this video. I felt like making a video tonight. It's like 11:30 at night and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make a pickup video. So anyway, this is that pickup video. And as you might be able to see, it is all Wii games, which some people might be like, well, that's not that great. But I really enjoy the Wii. I think it is highly underrated. I think more people are starting to realize just how good it is now. Don't get me wrong, there is a lot of shovelware for the system, a lot of bad games. But with all the bad comes the really good, and sometimes that good is hidden. There's a lot of solid titles, a lot of hidden gems in my opinion, and I'm being selective about what I buy for Wii, but I have been picking up a fair bit. So anyway, this video, Wii pickups, yeah, let's jump in and I'll show you what I got. So the first bundle, this stack over here, I got from a pawn shop. It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. I shared it on Facebook what I picked up there, but wanted to get it on video. So yeah, it's not even in a town. It's actually like half an hour away from the closest town. Not sure how that works at all. I've only ever been there twice. But anyway, I knew that they had Wii games there from the last time I went, which was about maybe 3 years ago. So I wanted to stop there again to see what they had. Maybe they had new stock. I found their Wii section. A lot of the games still had price tags of like 25, 20 bucks, so I wasn't going to go for that. But I found some games that I was after that didn't have prices. I took them to the guy, and he counted them probably 3 times, and then at the end he's like, yeah, how about 20 bucks for everything? No tax or anything. So I said sure, because at 6 games, I think if my math is right, that's about $3.33. Like I said, it's like 11:30 at night. I'm not going to do the math, but it was just over $3. So anyway, I'll show you all the ones I picked up. Again, these were all ones I was actually after, so happy to get them for so cheap. First up, NBA Jam. You can use the Wii Classic controller, like the one with the 2 thumbs joysticks, or you can use a regular Wii controller with a nunchuck. But regardless, I love the NBA Jam series, and I was just happy to get this new one to kind of see what it's like, if it's like the older ones, if it has a flair of new style. Not sure, but for that price, happy to pick it up. The next 2 go hand in hand. These were the only 2 I think that were fully complete. Or, no, there's 1 or 2 other ones that are complete. But NBA Jam was missing the manual. These 2 are fully complete. Trauma Center New Blood, Trauma Center Second Opinion, made by Atlus. You play Doctor. I've never really played them. I've always seen them and I thought they looked neat. And again, I thought for $3.33, why not give each of these a try? They're made by Atlus, so I couldn't go too wrong. And I like quirky games, and I've heard good things. So again, about $3 each for those. Next one I was quite happy to get. I was actually looking for it, and that is Resident Evil: The Umbrella Chronicles. I printed off a custom case for it. Just the insert that was on the front was water damaged, so the rest of it's okay. But I printed this one off, and the reason I'm after this is something you will see throughout this video, I'm really trying to get a lot of the on-rail shooters for the Wii. The Wii has quite a few on-rail shooters, a lot of shovelware games in that of that type, but it actually has a lot of really good titles released for it as well in the on-rail shooter genre. So I've been trying to pick some of them up, which you'll see here. And yeah, Resident Evil: The Umbrella Chronicles for $3. Happy to grab that and take that one off the list in that genre. Next up, Super Mario Galaxy. This one was missing the cover completely, so I printed one off. It's a custom one. I thought it looked cool. And Super Mario Galaxy for $3.33. I needed it for the collection, so I was very happy to get it for that price. And the last game that I got for $3 from the pawn shop was The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. This one's fully complete. I enjoy Zelda. For $3, I wasn't going to leave it there. And yeah, self-explanatory as to why I picked that up. Okay, so that was the one pawn shop. The next stuff that I'm going to show you is Nate from the Thrift Dwellers was recently in town. He actually came over to my place. We had supper together, hung out for a bit, so that was nice getting to see Nate again. It's been a while since I got to hang out with the Thrift Dwellers, so that was really cool. So the one night he came here, and then the next night I met up with him in a town like half an hour away. He was there for a conference for a few days. So I went there. Him and I went to a few stores, kind of hung out, had supper. We filmed Game Gladiators for their channel, so make sure you check that out. I'm not sure if by the time I post this it'll be up or not, but check out his channel either way. But you might see me in some of his videos on there. But anyway, him and I were hanging out. We went to a pawn shop. Well, actually, I was late getting into town, and I was sure the pawn shop was open till 5:30, but it turns out they closed at 5. Nate had already been there. I think he grabbed a title or two. But when I went there at 5:30, I was like, oh, I missed them. And I knew they had one game that I really wanted, so I was sad that I missed them. But then it turns out that there had been a robbery right next to the pawn shop, and some cops had been over there, and they were actually talking to the pawn shop owner. So when they finished, I went and knocked on the pawn shop door. I was like, hey, I know you're closed, but you guys have a game in there I really want. If you'll give me 2 seconds, I'll run, grab it, I'll give you cash. And he's like, oh yeah, sure, come on in. So that was really cool of him. And anyway, I ended up grabbing 2 games, and they are Sin and Punishment, Star Successor, and Dead Space Extraction. So as mentioned, really big on the Wii's on-rail shooters right now. And the reason for that is I like gun games for all systems, but I really only have the space or the drive to have my flat screen TV down here. I have a big CRT TV, but I just don't have the space or, like I said, the drive to have 2 TVs down here. So that's limited what kind of gun games I can have, because most systems you need that style of TV. The Wii you do not, because they have the sensor bar. So I've been picking up a lot of on-rail shooters. I enjoy that style of game, and the Wii is an excellent system to have for that, and I don't have to worry about what type of TV. I can use my modern smart TV for that. So anyway, I'm rambling a lot, but I picked up these 2 games. They're both on-rail shooters. Some might kind of argue slightly about this one because you can move around the screen, but you're still on a on-rail path, so I consider it an on-rail shooter. Both are really good games. I've only played them a tiny bit each, but they have both got really great reviews, and you kind of hear about this one once in a while, but you don't ever really hear about this one. And apparently Dead Space Extraction, it's considered one of the best on-rail shooters for the Wii. So, but you know, yeah, you never really hear much about this. Both are fully complete, and I think this one usually like a $20 title. This one can be like a $30 title. But he gave me the pair for $10. At that price, I was super happy to, just because I really wanted them. So yeah, those 2 games from a pawn shop, $5 each. So as mentioned, Nate was in town that day. We did stop at an EB Games as well, which they have Wii games. They're a good source to get Wii games, EB Games or GameStop for cheap. Usually they have sales on. Usually games are greatly reduced. Sometimes some of the more rare games that are kind of unknown still fly under the radar there, so they're a good way to pick up some hidden gems or heavy hitters for the Wii still. Anyway, when I went with Nate, I picked up 4 games from EB Games. First up, Link's Crossbow Training. It's kind of a game. Well, it's a game, but it was more just an accessory to the Zapper, which itself was an accessory. So, but anyway, it's a short game, but a good game. And like I said, I'm picking up the on-rail shooters. So this is one that I want to have because it's that style as well as Link. So, happy to have it. And this one was 98 cents. So for $1, I was going to add it to the collection. So that was the first game. Next up, Resident Evil The Dark Side Chronicles. Again, I just recently picked up the Umbrella Chronicles, so I was happy to have the pair. They are very similar games. They're both on-rail shooters. It's just one came out after the other, but very fun games, and yeah, just happy to have the pair. This one was the most pricey game that I picked up that day, and it was $19.99. So I was on the fence about spending that, but I never really see this one too often, so I was like, well, it's 20 bucks. That's not bad for a game, and it's one I don't see too often. So, next up, again, on-rail shooter. You're probably getting sick of me saying that. House of the Dead Overkill. This one is House of the Dead themed. I don't think this game appeared anywhere else but the Wii, but don't quote me on that because I could be wrong. But it's very much an arcade style on-rail shooter. Lots of fun, kind of corny voice acting, or it's just one of those like on-rail, really fun, like arcadey super style. I don't know if that even made sense, but whereas this one they kind of try to set more of an atmosphere. This one's just a good old shoot 'em shooter. So if that made any sense, this one was $15. So for that price, I'm very happy to have another game that I was after. And the last one that was $15 is Wario Land Shake It. I really like Wario. My son really likes Wario. I'm a big platformer fan as well. And this is a game that him and I have already started playing together. And for $15, you can't go wrong with this by any means. If you see this game for $15 or whatever, or cheaper, pick it up. Yeah, it's just a really fun platformer. Now, that's what I picked up when Nate was in town. The last 2 games I got from EB Games, but I actually got from their online site. Between the 2 games, it reached, what was it? I think you had to spend $25 and you got free shipping. When I got both were fully complete, which I was kind of surprised coming from EB Games. But the disc, manual, and case on both of them, they're fully complete and they're in really good shape. So I was very happy with that. So as mentioned, there's 2, again, on-rail shooters, but I'm really kind of closing in on all the on-rail shooters that I want. I'm not really after the shovelware ones, but the better rated ones, the ones that I actually want to play, most of those I've picked up except for, I think, 2. So maybe you'll see them in another video. Anyway, the House of the Dead 2 and 3 return. You get both games on one disc for the Wii. Really cool. House of the Dead. When you think of arcade shooters, you think of House of the Dead, or at least I do. And I got both games. Again, great shape, very fun games. And this one was $19.99. So, but with it being fully complete, I'm happy to pay $20 for that. And the last one is probably the best deal on any game that I got. This one would come close because it's like a $30 to $40 game, and I got it for $5. But the one that I was probably happiest to get is Gunblade New York and LA Machine Gun Arcade Hits Pack. I don't know if people really talk about this one. I've always kind of seen it or heard about it. I've only seen it once in an EB Games store, like physically, and I didn't pick it up then because I wasn't really looking for it then. But it's getting harder to find, and it's got 2 arcade on-rail shooters that, as far as I know, haven't been ported to any other system or like home system, I should say. So in that sense, you're getting 2 games, and like I said, they're the only ports of them as far as I know. and this was only, I think it was not really a limited release, but it did make a huge splash when released, so it's getting harder to find. I paid $9.99. As I said, it's fully complete. Really happy to get that 2 games for 1 for $9.99. And I think this one goes for like 45, maybe 50 bucks Canadian in the shape that it's in. So for 10 bucks, I was really happy to score it for that. And yeah, if I had to choose a maple syrup pickup of the day, it'd probably be this one. Though some of these like this or Sin and Punishment, Umbrella Chronicles for 3 bucks, there was a few that I was happy with, but yeah. So anyway, that's my Wii pickups. I rambled a lot more than I thought I was going to. This video is probably a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. It's about the Wii, so I don't even know how entertaining it is, but I actually felt like making a pickup video, so I'm happy that I did that. And hopefully I kind of shed some light on some Wii games that people don't often talk about. Maybe I gave you guys some games to kind of keep an eye out for. I don't know. Comment if you've played these. If you like certain ones, if you don't like certain ones, let me know. But yeah, now is just a good time to be buying Wii games because some people are starting to kind of catch on. You know, well, the Wii wasn't so bad. It wasn't just kiddie games. There's some good games hidden in there, which is reflected by some of the prices, like this one going up already. So yeah, don't sleep on the Wii. If you want to get good Wii games, now's the time to put some thought into that, because the GameCube has already gone up quite a bit in value for some of their games, and I honestly believe that the Wii is the next system to go up in value. Not the shovelware games. There's going to be a lot of dollar games still, but if you pick out the quality ones, you better do it now when the prices are still pretty good. So anyway, yeah, I rambled a lot. That is the end of this video. Not sure what I'm coming at you with next. Probably Game Gladiators 10. We have to do that episode. We have big plans for that one, so thanks to everyone for watching that series so far. That's really where my passion on this channel has been. Because like I said, pickups in my area have really dried up. It's really a different game than when we started. So having Game Gladiators has been fun because it's given me something new to shoot and edit and be excited about. So anyway, like I said, episode 10 is coming up. Like I said, I hung out with Nate, so make sure you check out the Thrift Dweller channel to see the collaborations we did there, including Game Gladiators episode just for that channel. And yeah, thanks for watching. I really rambled a lot in this video, so if you made it this far, thank you for watching till the end, and that is it for now. So thanks for watching, folks. See you later.